NFC Championship, Rams Saints in overtime. Drew Brees' throw tipped. John Johnson there for the interception.
John Johnson, he's going to get credit for this. On his back, makes a great play. But, man, Dante Fowler Jr. coming over from Jacksonville, less needing him, making this trade. Another guy.
It's unbelievable.
Attitude. He can't play. All right, he's going to the Super Bowl. Great job by the Rams and their personnel being aggressive off-season and in-season.
Sue, Talib, Peters, off-season, all had big games.
Wait,
Dante Fowler and then C.J. Anderson, mid-season, big games.
More from this one. Goff under pressure. Nice pass to Tyler Higbee.
I thought this was the throw of the weekend. I mean, for him to be able to avoid a sack, they needed just enough yardage to be able to kick a field goal. But Jared Goff, year number one, he's not going to make this play. Even last year, still questionable. I thought this right here is championship football, and I believe this leads him to have more confidence in his ability going forward.
Jared Goff made a few enormous plays in this game, and in a game where he didn't have Todd Gurley to rely on, he played better than Drew Brees did.
Did you guys see that? Chris Hogan
in my nightmares for the rest of my life, I'll see it.
Absurd one-handed catch.
I mean, when Chris Hogan is making these types of plays, like Edelman's one thing, Gronk's another. Hogan making this play, the Chiefs challenged there, and I don't blame them for it. To me, that wasn't a bad challenge. You had to think that touched the ground.
Yeah, you had to think it did, but he had enough control of it and had it there in his bicep. Great. Being able to catch this on 22 degrees outside, man, this is hard to be able to do. That was the best catch of the weekend.
All right, let's talk about the Chiefs side of this one. After a record-breaking season on offense, they certainly didn't play the part the first half yesterday, going scoreless. They woke up in the second half, scoring 31 points, but were unable to hold off the Patriots in overtime. Here's Patrick Mahomes on the tough loss.
You have to take in the hurt. I mean, you have to be accept that. I mean, this hurts. I mean, it's supposed to hurt. You put in work for this. You're doing everything you can to get to the Super Bowl and to win it. And for this opportunity to fall short, I mean, it's going to hurt. And he told us to accept that. I mean, you have to go through that. But at the same time, when you look back and then you come back and look at the bigger picture, you know that you can build off this, use this feeling as motivation to go out and find ways to win next time.
All right, Nick, what did you learn about that guy right there?
I'm glad you're asking about that guy rather than the Chiefs because, yeah, the future appears to be bright for the Chiefs, but the future appeared to be bright for the '84 Dolphins when their second-year quarterback threw for 48 touchdowns, was best player in the league, and that was the best it ever got for them. But for him, what Chris said earlier is true, and it's been true really if you've been watching the last few months. If there was an expansion draft, and you could have your pick of any player in the league to start your franchise with for next year or for the next 10, it's number 15 for the Kansas City Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes. No moment is too big, and there's no throw he can't make. After being totally stymied in the first half, for the second time against a Bill Belichick defense, comes out in the second half and scores 31 points. Down with 3.5 minutes left. Has a 90-second touchdown drive to take the lead. Down with 39 seconds left. Has a 30-second drive to put him in field goal range to kick the game-tying field goal, and then just never got the ball in overtime. He is as bright of a young star we've had enter this league in 10, 15 years. He keeps answering every bell, and you saw it yesterday after a first half where nothing could get going, where he was under constant duress. He was still under duress in the second half. They still didn't have a running game in the second half, and he made plays.
He was bright, and he's grounded. For a guy that age, to be able to lead his team, to be composed post-game, knowing exactly how big the moment was, and then to be able to go out there on that stage, it didn't look like, he did not get a ton of opportunities in the first half, but it just didn't look like when he did get those opportunities that the moment was too big for him.
No, it wasn't too big for him. I mean, Patty Mahomes is a star in this league. I wouldn't compare him to the Dan Marino, and one reason why is because when Dan was coming up, there was a lot of quarterbacks around the same age as Dan, that being Montana, that being Jim Kelly in his own division. Those things, and also from an organizational standpoint, I believe the Kansas City Chiefs will have a better defense than Dan Marino had. So a little hint, hint. If you don't want his career to end like Dan Marino, put a little defense. What about a little running game around them also, even though they were playing in great weather? So I believe Kansas City will support their quarterback. I believe when Dan came into the league, it was a very, very unique time with Kelly going to 4 Super Bowl, Montana winning 4 Super Bowls, those quarterbacks basically in the same era that you're playing in. I was very impressed with Patty Mahomes. I was very impressed that he didn't force a mistake given the rush and duress that he was under. This defensive front, you don't think with this Kansas City Chief team that they're going to cause them problems, that being New England. But their front 7 caused Kansas City blocking assignment problems where Patty Mahomes had more people in his face, and his decision-making, I thought, was great. I thought also in trying to chase down New England, he didn't make the spectacular play. He made enough plays, and when there wasn't something there, he got rid of the football. So this wasn't a game that he was going to complete 75% of his passes. No, because he was getting rid of the football knowing, but I'm going to take care of the football. His arm talent is without question. Now his game management and what are the other things they decide, because there will be another team that will take Tyreek Hill out of the game. What do they do then? And I think absent of a running game, they miss Kareem Hunt in this game more than any game that we've seen since he was kicked off the squad.
See, to your point about the defense, about the Chiefs needing to address the defense, Football Outsiders had this number. It's jarring. This was the 3rd game this year that Patrick Mahomes has trailed in the 4th quarter, led a comeback drive, only to have his defense then blow the lead. It took Tom Brady 211 starts for that to happen to him 3 times. It's happened to Patrick Mahomes the first game against the Patriots, the game against the Rams, and the game against the Patriots again. So the 2 Super Bowl teams, Patrick Mahomes trailing in the 4th quarter, led his team to the lead, and then the defense could not hold it. That's the bitter and the sweet of this season for the Chiefs season. The sweet is that he could do it. The bitter is the defense couldn't hold it.
I thought the ultimate compliment was after battling with Brady, eye to eye, toe to toe, throw for throw, play for play. Tom Brady in the euphoria of, I'm going to my 9th Super Bowl. What does he want to do? He don't want to go to Disney World. He tells his people, I want to go to Kansas City's locker room. I want to congratulate. I want to see Patty Mahomes to his face, and I want to congratulate him before I miss this moment. So we should recognize who Patty Mahomes is, because the greatest football player and quarterback, Tom Brady, he recognized it after that game, after he escaped Arrowhead getting that win over Patty Mahomes and the Chiefs.
I have a funny Disney World story, but I'm not going to tell you now.
Thank you very much.
I'll tell you another time. Time now for Put a Grade on It, sponsored by CarMax. Sticking with Patrick Mahomes and his nearly 300 yards and 3 touchdowns in the loss. Nick, put a grade on Mahomes' performance.
A-, A triple plus in the second half. Did everything you could ask for him. Was the only quarterback this weekend not to turn the ball over. The first half, though, that sack he took right before halftime that knocked him out of field goal range.
Yes.
That was a big play. The Pats ended up getting 7 points on their 90-yard drive. So I'm weighting it towards the second half because he had his team in position to win multiple times. A- from me.
Yeah, I'm going to give him a B because his team loses, and early in the game, not only the sack, but he missed the running back wide open for a touchdown. So you could see he was a little bit nervous. Didn't have the opportunities. Didn't have the team supporting him around him. So I'm going to give Patty Mahomes a B.
All right, got to take a break. Coming up, did the Saints blow their last chance at a Super Bowl with Drew Brees?